Hey guys, it's Leah. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my TBR jar picks what I read for January. I absolutely love filming this video every single month, but there is something so exciting about a new year, a new reading year, having that fresh start. And I've kind of been counting down the days for us to do this video, so we're going to be picking some prompts from my TBR jar and they are going to help decide what I read for January. If you have watched a couple of these videos from me before and you are seeing on my TBR card behind me some repeats of books you probably know I have picked before and haven't read yet. For the new year I just want a fresh start, so hopefully I'll get to them in 2024. For today I think I'm going to pick 8 prompts. Part of me does want to choose 10 just because in January, because of all the excitement of having a new fresh reading year, and I just love the feeling so much, I tend to read a lot more than I normally do. So we could go for 10, but I think right now I'm going to settle for 8, and honestly let's just get into it. Okay, so the first prompt is going to be, oh my god, I picked out 2. We'll go with this one. This one is quite big, and this one is a booktube slash book talk favorite. We definitely have some of those on here. Oh my god, okay, we have so many. I already know, I think, which one I am going to choose, which I have definitely picked on one of my TBR jar videos before, but I never got round to it. And I think with confidence I'm just gonna go for Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I have been wanting to read this for years and the hype has just made me want to read it even more, and I know the trilogy is now over and I kind of want to read all 3 of them back to back. Dare I say it, I feel like now is finally the time for me to read it. I did really want to read it at the end of 2023, but doing Bookmas and just reading a ton of Christmas festive holiday romances, I didn't really have the time, so now I just want to get to the series so bad. And of course this is a booktube, a book talk, a whole book community favourite. Every single person and their mum raves about this series. I cannot wait. So with confidence I'm going to say the first book that I'm going to read in January is finally going to be Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I feel like that was a really easy start, so hopefully we carry on with that theme. But the second one is going to be this one. Oh my god, another big one. This one is, okay, this one's long. Gives me summer into autumn vibes. Okay, I clearly put this in like September. Summer into autumn vibes. There is a book on here that I really wanted to get to in autumn, but again, I never did, and that is You Again by Kate Goldbeck. I know that this one is like When Harry Met Sally. It has that autumnal in New York vibes, and honestly, I do want to get to it before autumn 2024. Like, that is so far away, and I really want to get to this. So I feel like this would obviously be a good one, and I don't know if I have any other summer into autumn vibes on here. Nothing is really screaming out to me, and because I want to read this so bad, and it is obviously autumnal, so it's giving that summer into autumn vibe, I'm gonna go for You Again by Kate Goldbeck. Finally. Oh my god guys, this is going way too easy. I'm scared that we're gonna pick out one that's gonna be like, read a book over 500 pages. Read a book that's been on your TBR for 3 years. But the third prompt is going to be this one. Oh my god, another long one. I need to stop doing this to myself. A book with a character who has the same name as someone I know. I feel like every single time I have picked out this prompt, I have chosen the same book series and I still haven't gone to the next one. So dare I say, is that cheating if I pick that one again? That one is Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home by Jessa Hastings. There is obviously a character in here called Daisy, because Daisy Hates follows the other couple of books in this series, and I do have someone in my life called Daisy. So I feel like this is the easiest one to pick, and I have been dying to get to this, but I didn't really know when to carve out the time because I know it's going to probably take me a while. It's quite a chunky book, and I've heard this one breaks people's heart, leaves them screaming, crying, throwing up, but I do kind of want to finish this series before the next book in the series comes out. I think also in January. I feel like this is the easiest pick, even if it is a little bit cheating because I've definitely picked it for this prompt before, but I really want to read the rest of the series as soon as possible. Fourth prompt is going to be, I feel like we need to go for a small one, even though the big ones for me right now are really helping. We're gonna go for this tiny one. You can't even see it. Blue on the cover. So blue on the cover, we instantly have 2 screaming out to me, and these are 2 proofs. First of all, we have The Catch by Amy Lee, and then we have Blue Sisters by Coco Mellows. So this one is the author of Cleopatra and Frankenstein. I don't actually know when this book comes out. I'm inclined to say more towards the middle of the year, but The Catch by Amy Lee comes out in February, so it would be quite good to get to this beforehand. This is the 3rd book in Amy Lee's influencer series. We have Set on You, and oh my god, what is the other one called? X's and O's. I really liked X's and O's last year actually, and I'm really enjoying this series. It is one of those romance series that is like interconnected. You don't really need to read them in order. They follow different characters, but they are all within the same universe, all within the same kind of group, and I'm really excited for this. This one I actually don't know too much about. I haven't even read the blurb, but it looks like the influencer is a fashion influencer. Oh my god, okay, and the love interest is a fisherman. That sounds so fun, so I definitely could go for that one. I have been really excited to read this. We could also do Wildfire by Hannah Grace. There is definitely blue on this cover, albeit it is not a blue cover, but there is blue, and the spine is also blue, so we could also do Wildfire. I feel like in January I'm going to want to read so many light-hearted romances. I really am on a kick off that after all of the holiday romances I read in December. So I could also do this one. I have really been meaning to get to it, and I've only heard really good things. Do you need to read Icebreaker before reading Wildfire? I have no idea actually. That's probably a good question to ask. If you have read Icebreaker or Wildfire or both of them, please let me know if you need to read that one first. But maybe then instead of reading this one now, I will go for The Catch by Amy Lee. I am so excited to read this. I love her romances so much. Oh my god, so the 4 books that we have so far are all essentially romances other than a fantasy romance. I kind of love that for me. And now the 5th prompt that we are going to choose is this small one too, and this one is a book in a series. Oh no, okay. Okay, never mind, that's good. We have a couple. So we kind of have the option of carrying on a series or a duology that I've already read, or starting a new one. So those would be, starting a new series, we could do The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. I've also really been dying to get to this because I feel like I'm going to absolutely love it. This is the first in a romantasy series. And all I know about this one is that there are Hunger Games vibes and also vampires, and I feel like that is all I need to know. I've just heard the most insane things about this series, so I'm really excited for this. So I could do this, or if I wanted to carry on a couple of series slash a duology, we could do Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I still can't believe I haven't read this yet, but I haven't heard the best things about it. I feel like when I read it, I'm definitely going to read and listen to the audiobook just because it's also massive. Yeah, I haven't heard the best things about it, so I don't know if I'll go for that one, but one I think I am actually going to pick now that I'm looking at it is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. I absolutely love Divine Rivals so much. It was definitely one of my favorite books of 2023, so I've been so excited to read this. Divine Rivals put me in the biggest book hangover ever. I literally could not read a single book after reading that unless it was this one, and then this came in the shop a week after finishing it, so I had to get it the second that I saw it. I am so excited. I cannot wait to return back to these characters and this world, albeit I am a little bit terrified because of how Divine Rivals ended. I feel like my heart is gonna rip out of my chest. I feel like I need to read this one in January because I'm so excited for it. So we're gonna go Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. And going on to the 6th prompt, we are going to go with this one. Oh my god, another really small one. And this one is a modern classic. Okay, we're leaving the romance genres. A modern classic. I mean, there are only really 2 on here that I could pick, both of which I'm really excited for, so I'll be happy either way. And those are Shirley Jackson, The Sundial. This is actually the most recent book that I bought for myself. I definitely am planning on going on a book buying ban this year. I made sure I bought this one in December. I love Shirley Jackson so much, so I'm really intrigued and so excited to read more from her. But then we also have The Besieged City by Clarice Lispector, and I'm not gonna lie, Clarice Lispector is going to top everyone ever, so I'm definitely going to choose this one. If you didn't know already, I am reading all of Clarice Lispector's works in chronological order. This is the next one that I need to read from her. I believe it is her 3rd ever published novel, and she already has the title of being my favorite author of all time. I've only ever read 3 books from her. They have all been 5 stars, and I just love her so much. There is something about the way she writes that resonates with me so deeply. She really does affect me like no other writer or author ever has before, and I have such a found love and appreciation for her life and her works, and I'm just I get so passionate about her. I feel like everyone needs to read a book from her. So undoubtedly I'm going to go for The Besieged City because I cannot start the year having not read a Clarice Lispector, so we're going to choose this one. And the 7th prompt is going to be, we'll go for this one, and this one is a book that was gifted to me. Okay, that is fun. Oh my god, yeah, we definitely have a couple. The first one definitely being The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. Oh my god, the lighting today is not doing it for me. I'm so sorry, it keeps changing. But we could do The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. This is Holly Jackson's new book coming out in April. This is a proof. I literally cannot believe I have my hands on it, and I'm so excited. It is one of my most anticipated books for 2024, so we could definitely get to this. Oh, we could actually also read The Serpents and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. The publisher very kindly sent me that, so we could do that. Oh, one that we definitely also could do that the publisher sent me that I've been wanting to read so bad is Delegate Dream Department Store by Miley. This is a translated fiction magical realism. I've been craving that translated fiction feeling, and I feel like this is the one that I will definitely reach for next. So we could definitely do this one. It is also fairly short. It is only like 246 pages. I'm quite inclined to choose this one. Oh my god, I just want to read so many books. Like, I have no idea what to pick. Okay, yeah, I think we are gonna go Delicate Dream Department Store just to kind of mix up the genres a little bit. I'm so excited to read this. I've heard incredible things. Okay, so the last prompt, I feel like there is so much pressure for the last one. We're gonna go for this one. Oh wait, I've got two. We'll go for that one. Been on my TBR for 1 year plus. I just knew that this one was going to come up. A book that has been on my TBR for over 1 year. I feel like we actually don't have that many this month on the card. Either one of these are Tessa Moshfegh books. We have Death in Her Hands and Homesick for Another World. I am definitely getting to both of these this year, and I'm really excited for them. So we could do one of these. We could also do Life Ceremony by Sayaka Murata, another one that I will definitely be reading this year. I'm really intrigued to read more Sayaka Murata, and obviously translated fiction. I'm really in that mood. And I think other than that, these three are the only ones on my cart that I physically own for over a year, and I do think I'm going to go for one of the Tessa Moshfegh. I don't know which one. I think I'm going to do whichever one was published first, so I'm going to Google that. Okay, so which one was published first? Okay, by a landslide, Homesick for Another World was published in 2017, and Death in Her Hands was published in 2020. So we're going to go for Homesick for Another World. It has been so long since I last read an Tessa Moshfegh book, and after reading these two, I would have read every single thing she has currently ever released, which will make me so happy. I really don't know anything about this one. I'm going to go into it knowing next to nothing, and I'm really excited for it. I feel like I'm just gonna absolutely love it because I've loved 99% of her stuff. But yeah, the last book that I'm gonna be reading in January is Homesick for Another World by Tessa Moshfegh. So these are the 8 books that I am gonna be reading in January, picked for me by my TBR jar. It's honestly giving range, and I am so excited for all of these. If you have read any of these books, please let me know what you thought about them, which ones you think I should get to first, or if any of them are also on your list to read this year, please let me know. Also, feel free to let me know what you plan to read in January. What is the first book that you want to read in 2024? I always try to go for a 5-star prediction. Dare I say 99% of the time it isn't accurate and it never works because I'm such a picky reader, but I will be trying to pick and read a 5-star prediction as my first book. So please let me know what you plan for your first book to be. Or if you've also watched until the very end of the video but you don't really know what to comment, but you want to show you stayed until the end, comment any pink emoji because I'm just so obsessed with this cover. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching this video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please remember to leave it a massive thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and it also really helps my channel out. And if you also enjoyed this video and you are not yet subscribed, it would mean the world if you considered doing so. I would love to have you here. And as always, thank you so much for being here and for spending some time with me. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again very soon with another video.